All right, we are live, and I am actually on a full view this time. I figured out how to do it. It took a little bit of figuring and all that kind of stuff. I need to figure out how to do chat on here. Um, yeah, I have no idea. So, if you're in, welcome, 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 welcome. Um, since it's not pulling up with chat, so this is the shop. It usually sits like that. We keep a light on. Oh, there's chat. Hey, how's it going? We're just getting started. I'm just starting for the day. We are turning on the lights. Maybe. There you go. Turn on some lights. I got to turn the TV on to see where I am and kind of going. We are waiting on some help today. Heidi and maybe somebody else will be here working around the shop. Let me turn the TV on. If I can find the remote. There it is. I had to put orange tape. Well, it broke too, but I had to put orange tape on the actual TV remote. That way I can find it half the time because every little thing in here, which I can't stand, is a little black piece, little black tools. I like colored tools. That way you can actually see them. Can't stand everything being dark and everything being black. Hey, there we go. No, that's never mind. That's not the video. Okay, go to live stream somewhere. I'll find it. Takes a minute. No, can't find it there either. Try and get it hooked up to the big TV. That way I can see what's going on. And hey, there we go. Cool. All right, we got a few projects we're going to be doing today. I got to rip down some poplar that's in the back over by that extension ladder. Successful. I'll bring you back down a little bit that way. I could. What's kind of cool about this tripod I have is it can go all the way up. I mean, it is super cool. Let me show you. Like, it can go like up there. I mean, like, so far up there, you will freak out. Hope nobody's afraid of heights. You're right about there. This used to be an old light, a TBS light rig, but it's about 12 feet in the air. So it could go, it's super high up there and super cool. But now you're kind of in the ceiling area, which is, it's kind of neat. You can kind of paint around. Now you're right almost back up against the TV. Thought about kind of running it that way. That way people would have kind of a bird's eye view of the shop. But I kind of decided not to do that. If I was just letting it live stream and we weren't really talking, kind of like how some people have their shops in other countries running like almost like full industrial shops, I might do that just for the fun of it all. But if we're talking and working and I can move you around and stuff, we just do it this way. Not a big deal. Let me get my tripod back together. But we are horizontal today, which is super fun. Looks like I got some help answering the live chat, which is really cool. Thank you. But yeah, we're on, and I'm horizontal. I hope it all looks pretty good. So I got to cut down some poplar. I have to start working on the template. I'll just wheel you around. Tell you the projects we're going to be doing today. I got my RV stuff done. I just had to put the handles on it. That goes out tomorrow. There'll be a short little video on that. I probably won't go live. I'm going to try to get all this stuff off the racks because I got to get the stair treads on there and start staining by the end of the day. I just need to pick up some, what's it called? Ebony stain. So maybe go to lunch, I'll pick some up, or somebody can pick some up and bring it to us. But we got to do that. We got to, like I said, we got to cut some lumber down over here, and then we're going to use these pre-finished stair treads and make a window seat today too. That way I can get that done. I got to do some door stuff and some playing with bits, and if I get time, I'm gonna work on the pews. At least I'm gonna get the other pew apart today. You got to beat on it to get it out. That way I can kind of get it figured out and put together and see what I got to mock up. See what I actually have to do or not, or if I have to cut this thing down or not. Who knows? So I'm gonna put y'all in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Yeah, well, you're gonna get put in the corner for a while. You got a kind of a panoramic view of the shop. I'm gonna kind of take some of that floor space out, kind of level you up, kind of put you at eye level. Maybe make you like, let's see, I'm 5, it's about 6 foot. We're gonna put the camera at about 6 foot. There you go. You can feel tall today, internet. I'm probably gonna be talking to myself. I don't know if chat will appear on the TV or not. Oh, and then we got to rip down some plywood too on the big saw. I got to put some stuff away, get ready for some help showing up. Take off my battery. Put my little job site drill or shop drill in there. Yeah, got it. I got to oil my bathroom door. I keep thinking about it, and I keep forgetting about it. Get some WD-40. I know WD-40 isn't a lubricant, but you can hear it. It sounds like the Crypt Keeper. Let's throw a little bit of oil on it, a little bit of WD-40. That way, hopefully, it'll stop that. It was annoying me yesterday. Yeah, there we go. All taken care of. See, I can go home now. I fixed one thing today. One whole thing I fixed. Release the lock on the slider because I'm going to be using that later. Oh, and a lot of having a bigger shop. This isn't a big shop by far. It's 1,600 square feet, but it is pretty big for most standards, and it is a walking nightmare. You have to walk around everywhere to get something done. So you get your steps in, definitely, when you have a little bit larger shop. Not everything's right, and that's kind of a complaint sometimes. I mean, sometimes having a little nice shop is kind of nice, because if you're just turning stuff or you're doing hobby stuff, I mean, you can get kind of sometimes more stuff done because all your stuff is right there. I'm using a lot of stuff words, I know. But you can get a lot of things done because everything's kind of at your fingertips in a bigger shop. And I can't imagine. I walk thousands of steps a day. I can't imagine if you had we had a 12,000 square foot shop, and you walked around it all day. And that's all you did. It was a granite shop. But yeah, I mean, when you have something like that, you go to find somebody, it's like you go on an adventure in Narnia, and you're walking 5,000 steps just before break time. I had to find a screw. I don't know where my screw. I have one of these plastic kind of nut cans. A nut can. All with different screws in it. This is mostly those plastic zip-it anchors and some wall anchors. And then I have washers in here for hanging stuff. But I had a bigger, just all-in-one screw bin. I don't know where it is. find that later, hopefully. Yeah, this is usually on the truck because all it is anchoring. But I haven't put it on the truck. I have a small thing of Zip-Its we ordered on Amazon, and that's what we have in the truck now, just for service calls if we need them. This one's kind of just a backup. But hello, if I haven't said hello to you, hey, it looks like Plywood's on here. We're just kind of moving around the shop, getting ready for projects. I got to put stuff away or just find another place to put it before we get started, because it's always fun moving stuff around, finding a new space for it, because then we just got to move it again. I try to put some things back where I usually keep them, just for the sake of, one, finding them later, and two, keeping them out of the way. Throw scrap away. And I was on not your average woodworker, not your obvious woodworking. He was doing a live stream yesterday, I think. I could have gotten the name wrong, but it was one of not your obvious woodworker or something like that. And he was talking about going to if you want some hobby stuff, going to places and asking them if they have scrap, which is a great idea, actually. If you go to your local cabinet shop, to your local woodworker, sometimes they have scrap just everywhere. I'll spin you around a little bit. So, like, just in my shop, there is a ton of scrap over here. What's up, Benners? Thanks for coming in. I'm not watching chat all the time, but yeah, so just like even like scrap like that, that's just scrap maple and poplar, and then there's some plywood scrap cutoffs. I don't throw them away until I'm absolutely sick of it or I clean out the shop. But people have scrap all the time. Sorry about the full facial there. I have the chat up on TV. Sometimes it links up and sometimes it's fast. But yeah, thanks for stopping in for a few seconds. Anyway, what I was getting to was, go to your local wood shops if you're looking for project woods or scrap. Go to your local cabinet shop. Sometimes they'll have some pretty cool stuff, and either they'll give it away for free or they'll charge you minimal stuff to take. And then also your a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of the huge granite companies, if you research and find the granite companies or the granite distributors, not the actual people that cut it, but the distributing warehouses that unload they have to receive containers, and you can ask them that. So what they'll do is they'll import containers, like shipping containers, from South America. And what they'll do is they have almost like 3x3 framing in all of those, and they're all nice South American hardwoods. But they don't have 2x4s. They just, when they quarry them, somebody goes in the forest, cuts them all down, and whatever they cut down is whatever they're shipping. Anyway, if you go to these large companies like these stone warehouses, there's one in Tampa called that Stone Warehouse, and they'll let you just come get it, because if not, they have to throw it in their dumpster and pay to destroy it. But you can get some good 3 to 6 foot pieces of 3x3 South American hardwood. Either it's like a rubber wood, it's a mahogany, it's some kind of 5 times harder. We used to get it, and I used to clean it up, and I used to sell it in stacks of like 50, and I'd get like $400 or $500 for it. And if you just want an extra way to make some money, you can do that, and it's pretty easy to even make money. You get it, you clean it up, you cut all the nails out, or you pull them. But I just would cut the sections, because you usually had 3 foot sections and then 6 foot sections, because they were standing up long, holding the granite together for shipping purposes. But if you have to, you can do that, and I mean, you can sell it for $400 or $500, $600 on Marketplace, depending on how much bundles you go for. And the small woodworking guys, they'll buy it because they'll mill it and plane it down and make tabletops out of it, and furniture bases and things like that. Rather than working with an expensive hardwood, they can use that. So, just a little tip. I don't do it much anymore, but it's a way to either make money or get free lumber. And then it helps them, and it doesn't end up in the landfill because of your just taking trash. But yeah, when they get shipments, they'll be like, hey, I get a shipment in every Tuesday. And if you're there, they'll just throw it in a pile. You can cut it up, throw what you don't want in their dumpster, but take 90% of the good stuff. We used to do that all the time. Take wood from shipping containers, big simulators. We got like 80 sheets of simulator, and it had screw holes in it, but it was plywood. I think it was 7/8. It wasn't full half inch. I mean, sorry, it wasn't 3/4. It was bigger, and it wasn't 1-inch ply. It was something else, somewhere between 3/4 and 1 inch. It might have been even maybe 13/16. I don't know, but it was somewhere between that. And we got like 80 sheets of it off of a simulator job in Orlando, and we loaded up 2 or 3 truckloads and took it, utilized it for subflooring in our house we were restoring, or we just used it for like probably the next year and made tons of stuff. So it was super cool. We got that for free. I think they even paid us to haul some of it away. But yeah, just, kind of look into your local markets and see, but definitely going to a larger company, even a company like my size, and asking them if they have scraps. Again, you can load up your dumpster one day just by cleaning out your shop. You'd rather give it away to somebody that's going to use it versus just throw it all away. I'm just kind of moving the stuff in the shop, getting it organized a little better, because it is a mess. Not a mess, it's just congested. We have like 4 or 5 jobs in here we have to deal with. So I got to throw stuff away. I just made a mock-up. That way I could put that door handle in for the job tomorrow. Forstner bits, drill bits. Put that in my pocket for later. Again, I'm just trying to move stuff around to give it a home. That way we have work surfaces for today, and it's not slowing us down. But it was nice this morning. It was 70 degrees, and it still is. It's 70 degrees outside. Super nice. I had to put my drill bit back in my... I try to keep my drill bits all in the case. That way when I need a drill bit in the shop or in the truck, I have them. I have one of these in these Master DeWalt ones. What I have to do, though, is I've been running into it more and more, is I have to buy a full another set of drill. And then we have them down in Florida at the other shop. Bob keeps that thing really stocked up with drill bits, because you need them. A lot of times we're doing specialty stuff. But these are standard. I got to get a full set of metric, and I got to get a metric set of Forstner bits. So that's 2 things I got to get a set of. I have this set, the Diablo set here in the shop of standard Forstner bit sizes, and then I have to get the metric set here. But then I keep another standard set in the truck in a little case, because you just have to have them. I have loose ones floating around in bags and in my drill kits and stuff like that, but I try not to keep a lot of that stuff separate. I try to put it all in one section. If I even said hello to you, hello, good morning. The TV is back to not giving me the chat information. If you're in here, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. I think we're at 549. I'd like to at least hit 550 today. That'd be great. My goal is 560. It'd be nice to hit 560 today. We're doing small goals. We're not doing, I don't need, I'd love to hit 1,000 a day. If 1,000 people want to jump on in here and log on and subscribe, that'd be great. I'll do a couple shorts too. If you're a small channel and you're chasing monetization, I don't know if you know, YouTube sent out where shorts are actually going to count towards your subscription, monetization, hours, views, something or other. The person behind the curtain can maybe enlighten you a little bit if you ask about it. But yeah, if you're a small content creator, I guess shorts are going to count somehow now towards that. I know they're going to raise the bar, which again bothers me a little bit. They should grandfather everybody in you. They should be like, if you're on your journey, the rules still apply. If you're new after this deadline, then you have to jump through the hoops. Don't raise the bar when people are already running the race. Raise the bar for the next set of racers to come in and run. If that makes sense, fantastic. Made sense to me anyway. But yeah, if they would do that, I would be absolutely, positively, even if we had 2 million subscribers, I would still feel the same way. It's not fair to change the rules mid-event. I don't like that. But we'll still keep going. We'll still keep creating. We'll still keep going live. We'll still interact and all that fun stuff. Hope everybody's having a good, I don't know, is this Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday morning? It's one of those mornings. Feels like Monday to me. But yeah, I mean, even stuff like this. This is pre-finished plywood left over from a base we made just actually to take to the house. But we'll just throw this stuff away. A lot of times they're scrap. I use them as drill backers. So all that stuff gets thrown away. I'm going to grab a drink. That way I have it in the shop for myself. See if nobody's here. There's a walk path by the shop, and there was a beautiful, I thought it was a Italian Mastiff, a Di Bardoge, like Turner and Hooch, but it was a really light color, which I'd never seen one that color before. And I talked to the guy. I was going to take a quick video of him or something, but he was trying to train him. It was a younger pup, but he was big and broad. But he was a South American Mastiff, much like the size of a bull Mastiff, but he was a South American Mastiff, he was beautiful. So that was kind of cool coming in today and seeing that. The cool thing about doing jobs out in the field too, I know a lot of you are either hobbyists or you have full-time jobs and then you do this part-time. But when you're in somebody's house all the time, when you run quotes, when you're going to actually install stuff, it's actually pretty cool, because then you get to meet the pets in the family, the dog, the cats, the whatevers and whatnots that are lurking amongst the house. It's pretty cool, pretty interesting. We like that part of it. I said, I usually remember dog names over people names all the time. Rotec is over there. All right, this table's freed up. I just heard a car door. Let me go open the door for Heidi. I'm coming. I'm coming. Come on in. I'm gonna get a buzzer, and a buzzer, maybe a light. A flashing kind of light. Yeah, I can see it. But I want one of those old school, like brrr, like delivery bells.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be neat. Yeah, I don't want it too loud that it makes somebody jump if they're on something.
Oh yeah, true.
Not on something, on a machine.
On a machine.
Yeah, I do have the camera set up. We are live. I actually got it to turn that way. That gives a sideways.
Oh yeah, the whole perspective of the big shot.
Because if you're on a thing, it does that stupid side thing. So okay, so there's a couple things. One, we have to get to the lumber, and I got to cut some face frames because I got to build stuff. I got to build a pantry and other things this week, so we're gonna be working on that today and tomorrow. We got to cut down the poplar because we have to make floating shelves. So we're going to make the structure behind the floating shelf. And then we're going to be, remember how we did the top, that pre-made stair tread?
Yeah.
We made the top for the bookcase thingy?
Yeah.
Okay. That we got to make, that's the template that we have to put on the top because they wanted to add a flip up section for a window seat.
Okay.
So that's all the material over here. That's that gray stuff. And this is the template material. So if you look at it, theoretically, like here's where my side support is, and here's where my side support is. I'd like to kind of come out this far with it. See if I have the round over type thing, and just that could all be. I didn't want to adjust it and make it square. So this is the trim, window trim. This is the window trim. So it's got to kind of notch in. There's the window back over here. I was thinking about probably just running it to this line, is not putting it all the way against the window, and putting one or two screws in it from the bottom.
And your hinges will be on here.
Hinges will be back over here. Yep. So I have two kinds of hinges for that. I have those Sasso insert ones that flip up, and then I have some kind of other linkage material. We might have to do something like, I've had to do something like almost like a saddle underneath the seat. Yeah, that way, well, it'd be more like this. So you'd put it underneath. That way this would sit on it, and then the hinge would be mounted to here and flip up. So we'll have to see about that. But everything, I'll own it basically to take it in, just plop it down. That's it. Yep. So that'll be made out of that stuff. I got enough. I mean, we got theoretically 4 of them. So that should be, and we want to run like one piece here and back. So we'll do a domino and just glue up and wipe the glue off and let it dry. And then over here be the same thing. And then we're going to probably 45 it, cut a strip off. I had a strip, and I think I threw it away. Or it might be somewhere.
You never throw things away, Mike.
I know, never, ever. And then today, hopefully, or tomorrow, I want to move some of this stuff out. I need to take all the stuff off the racks, put them over here. That way we can start staining the treads and at least leave them up there. And then the unit will be here this week. It's done. So she should get something today on when it's going to be delivered. And then we can move those out. And then busy work is taking the 300 sponges and just lightly grazing the black furniture with it. I don't want to break it. I don't want to break the light, super stuff. So yeah, these are those 320 ones. 280, 320. But these are the spongiest ones I have that are soft. So we'll just kind of just lightly. I don't want to wear any surfaces down, But we'll do those for the chairs and the bases again sometime today or tomorrow. Doesn't really matter. Don't remind them to do this or remind them to say hi.
No, she just said I'm here.
Yeah, she will. So what you want to start on first? So what do you want to start on first?
You tell me, boss. What do you want me to do?
Like a musical instrument. Let's do this later. My brain's not awake yet. We could do rudimentary stuff, but I'm not usually awake until
It's early.
Noon.
My coffee's just now starting to seep into my system.
Noon to 1, maybe. You know.
Rip this thing apart?
Yeah, let's we can beat that off. That way, at least that's apart, and I can kind of play with it. We can kind of play with it and see what we can come up with. That goes. I'm gonna put that in the van too. Probably just put this up on the workbench. No, I mean, yeah, we can try to beat it up a little bit. There's a mallet somewhere, I think, on your side, my side. Where's the big walnut ones over there? Yeah, see, it doesn't move that much. It is so. Oh, the mallet itself, the wood mallet. It's right there by the super glue. To the right. There you go. I do the same thing. It blends. Yeah, see this sucker. What I did before was try to hold it up, like Holly held that side, I held this side, and I kind of hammered it down. Let's try that. Let's see if we can maybe pick it up a little bit. If you can do it that way, I can maybe smack it on the side. Let's do that, and then I can. You got it? Yeah. It doesn't move that good. All right. Yeah, it did that last time. It kind of came apart and tried again. I have a screwdriver out in the truck. Let me grab that real quick. I had one in here. Let me go grab it. What are you doing? You're going to use gravity against itself?
Right? Weird.
Old Craftsman beater.
There you go. It's easier to pry it from that angle or to smash it from that angle.
Let's try smashing it a little bit.
Broke your mallet.
D-Lamb.
That's no good.
Ooh. Huh. Yeah, this one's actually coming apart worse than the other side was. And that's my problem with trying to get them apart versus I think I just want to try to build new at this point.
Yeah.
Did you bring all your bits?
No, I forgot. I got them tomorrow.
Okay. Dang it. This one's all hickory. They actually did some mortising
I
in
was
here.
gonna say that's a.
It's like a joint.
Mm,
I guess that way they
didn't
can.
expect that.
No, it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Dovetailed.
Let's see.
That is maple though. You can tell by the fiber.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah. Son's a gun. Well, the good thing about a hickory mallet, if the head breaks off, you just glue more on because it's super hard and heavy. Got it? All right, let's that didn't work too well. Let's try not to bend this all up either. Yeah, that's easier said than done.
It's moving though.
It is. This side's really, because they went in at such an angle that you can't. It's unpriable, really. I mean, they did a good job constructing it.
Oh yeah, these things were never gonna fall apart.
No, that's really cool. I like that spline. Let's see if I can't. It's coming apart.
Yeah, if we get the bottom part off, the seal
Well, now that it's destroyed,
off, right?
might as well. The other one came off intact, which
Yeah.
was nice. This one does not want to move. Would have been interesting to know who actually constructed these back in the day.
Yeah, because they did a good job. This is some craftsmanship right here.
Yeah. It's probably one of those big company, almost like not Haywood, but like what were some of the large manufacturers in this area, like out in Thomasville and all that.
Yeah. Bunch of nails.
Yep, I don't want to puncture myself. There we go. I got it. It bent away. It might. Hang on, let me try to wiggle it a little bit.
Mhm.
No. I don't think it moved. Did it move? There we go. All right. So this was the keeping piece. And if I can make it to where it's good or whatever, that's one thing. But these, I gotta throw that in their pile. They want to try to keep as much of the old kind of furniture or furnishings or whatever as they could, because they break. I was hoping to find like $5 or $10 stuck down in there, but cover lunch, but no luck. Yeah, I found like candy wrappers
Yep.
tucked down in there.
Kids.
Yeah.
Trade services.
There was one of those like little pencils.
Oh yeah, little golf pencil kind of thing.
Yeah, stuck down in there, almost like you'd have for a mini golf course. I'm gonna put that in the baggie over here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get rid of that stuff yet because I might be able to instead of. It's just kind of like, is the juice worth the squeeze type
Right.
thing? I don't know. at it. Put that in there for them. They might need a piece of it or something. Probably. I was just gonna tap them. I think I was tapping them out and pulling them. What hammer do you want? You have your pick. Try the little 10 ouncer. It's fantastic. You know, I like pulling the nails out just because I don't like putting them in or having them around the shop. I'll usually just put them off to the side and I'll get like an old drink or a container. That way I can throw them in there like an old water bottle. Because the last thing I want them is dumping out in front of the shop. Yeah, so I try to avoid that as much as possible. All right, there's not one in here, but there's a few in here. Yes. Ebony and ivory. Yep. It's not an ongoing joke. It's just like when you hear that melody, you just can't. I'd probably say you did. I did too.
The person I asked Michelle, hey, who's saying Ebony and Ivory? She nailed it right away. I'm like, dude.
Did she?
She's really good at music trivia.
Oh, that's good.
Speaking of which, they do music trivia at Mountain View Beer Garden Monday nights. You guys are
Oh, really? When it gets cooler. I'm not sitting outside.
This morning was fabulous.
Oh my gosh. It's like 70 degrees. Coming in, it was beautiful. I was like, yeah. Summer is ending. We'll just stick them up next to somewhere like that. It's fine. It's not a big deal. At least that's kind of broken down, and we can kind of see how we can sandwich it together later on. Again, my brain's more of beating and cutting than thinking right now.
You gotta warm your brain up.
Yeah. Not too much though. I don't like going outside and warming it up. It's not fun that way. If I haven't said hello to you, hello, good morning. We're just in the shop, waking up. Trying to figure out. Chat's not showing on the TV at all, so I broke my hammers. This was the weaker one anyway, because this was the walnut, and walnut doesn't have as much strength. Hey, shh. I didn't. If I would have pinned it, it would have been a lot stronger. This is just glued, and again, you can beat the hell out of these things. This one is hickory, and this one's just glued together. But this was walnut butcher block, so you can kind of see. If I hold it up, you can see the butcher blockery thing going on in here. So that's why it failed, is because it was just laminated together. And I'll reuse the handle. The handle's fine. I can re-put it. Then I can pin it this time. See? Well, there you go. That walnut isn't as strong as the hickory, and that'll just clean up. Then I can put a new head on that, and I'll probably shape this now, like I got to shape this one, like I shaped the giveaway mallet. Unfortunately, I think that's scrap or trash. Again, that was just butcher block. It wasn't even solid stuff. I might even do the head out of some of this red oak I got laying around. Not going to let it define the day, though. Nope. All right, I got to remember to put this back. I have a green. If you ever see it, I try to keep like one on over here just for that purpose. They're both. I don't know what the green one is. But this is an old Craftsman. Just beautiful beater. They make good pry bars too. Now, if you go to automotive stuff, they have those like this, and they have like the angled on them. Those are actually really good to have too. I like those a lot because they have the screwdriver handle. Like before, like only Mac Tools made them. Now you can buy them at Harbor Freight or even somewhere like those discount things.
I bought one with black and Harbor Freight as soon as I heard the refund. I was like, all right, well, there's that.
Yeah, there's that. That's the problem. Just gotta make a wood handle for it. Yeah, we'll move everything. Then we just put it on the saw side. That needs to be moved probably out of over by the other pew, the backpack. Push that over there. Broke my mallet. Can't believe I broke my mallet. Yeah, this is gonna be face frame and everything like that this week. I got more coming. Oh, I should be here. Did you order some poplar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So do I. All right, we'll use some of this. I got to look up on that thing of. Yeah, we can bring it all out, really. Careful. It'll get away from you. That's a big piece of wood. We got to cut it down. We'll have to cut it down to size and then rip it. But this is the way, kind of like what you buy at the box stores when you buy poplar. We get it from the distributor. It comes in lengths like that, so it's super hard. The maple and the walnuts and the oaks come in smaller sections almost all the time. Heidi's trying to break stuff like a bowl in a china shop. All right, now I got to find a file. There's file folders somewhere of stuff. I don't know what this is. No. This one, maybe. This one? Yeah, this one. This is the one we want. So we need my write-ups. No. Maybe something in here. Yeah. The liners for the floating shelves. So what we'll do is, because we have two of them, and we have to make the front and back, so we'll go to the biggest one, cut the biggest one, cut what we need out of it, rip it on the table saw, make the adjoining pieces, cut those down. That's what this is. That's what that is. Yeah, we usually make that. There's no sense in buying them unless it's like what we used before for those butcher block ones. Then we'll actually buy them because they're so compact. Those actually moved a little bit. We got to go back and put a stabilization bar in them. They put like 10 bottles of wine in a corner, and it shifted a little bit. So I got to stabilize it, and stuff like that happens. There's way too much weight on those. Yeah. Now mine, the one in the downstairs on the whiskey bar thing, he has like a bajillion pounds of whiskey on it, and I cringe every time I see it because I think, oh my gosh, if that falls, that's a lot of whiskey. But um, I would have liked to have ran just even some screws right through it, the sides, because he had me leave a gap beside the two of them, like an inch on both sides. I would just love to run but we did an actual stabilization there, just out of poplar, and it's holding. It's holding. I'm trying to find the measurements. They are somewhere. Field note wise. If you're in here, wonderful. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, say hello, all that fun stuff. Oh, I brought him right here. Okay, that'll be fine. We can do that. I don't have is my field drawings for the shelves just to verify. I have my my mock-up drawing. Let me go through the paperwork one more time, y'all. We usually put all the field notes and drawings and sizes in the paperwork. I might have just missed it. I missed it. That's what it was. Use that thin old yellow paper. Make sure that these are correct. 20 inches, 35 inches, 35 inches, 69 and a quarter, 69 or 49 and 3/4. Okay, that'll work. I can do that. I'm gonna write this down real quick. So we're gonna do 49 and 3/4, and then we're going to do 69 and a quarter times 35, and this one's times 20, and they are then times by 2.5. All right, those are our measurements, and we can draw out anything we have to on here. There is 3 of those, and there are 2 of those. Make sense? Pretty easy. We'll do a layout drawing too of all of them. That way we can write all of our measurements. That way we can duplicate. And I'll show you how to duplicate using that. It's pretty easy when we go to cut. All right, so I have to move stuff again. I need like 30,000 square foot. That's my goal. I want a 30,000 square foot shop because I don't like moving stuff all the time. So I'd rather just move it once. Plus, also too, the jobs in and out, you have to really account for that. You either have to rent storage, put them at the people's houses until when they're just about ready, you drop them off, because it's rough. Put my remote back on the recommended remote stand. Right. Let's move you all get you a good view. Since you can't zoom in and out, which sucks, that'll make you dizzy. All right, we are going to just try to kind of like airplane this over. Unfortunately, the pew is there. Be careful of the, won't we move? Can you slide that box? Yeah, Give it that. There you go. And we're just gonna. I'll cut over. Then we'll just trim up this side when I get done. So let's do the 69. So we'll go like 70. Oh well, it happens. That's my ow. Ow, that hurt. Just jammed my thumb in. Why is it catching? Why isn't it moving? There we go. That hurt. I jammed it, and luckily,
the liquor.
jeez. Well, that's why. I got to pull it off. That's the rough side. I got to flip it around. Don't ever do that again. That hurts. That's it. That's why it wasn't going against it. Yep, that's the rough side. All right, so we're going to go 69. So I'm going to do about 72. Nah, cut about 71. Cut off that side a little bit, straighten it out. Yep. And that'll give us the other. We'll rip it down to the size we need on a table saw. And you ain't got to force it. You ain't got to force it. All right, so 69. Press the back of this thing, try to find the button. That's a 69 1/4. All right, we're going to go a little shallow because I'm going to go 69 1/8 because we're going in 35 inches. If I have to adapt for wall, I can put shims in and then screw through that. And that's kind of what you want to do on anything like that is you want to give yourself enough wiggle room that way you don't screw yourself. Because if not, you'd be taking out and belt sanding it outside, bringing it back in. Or the other thing you could do is you could dive the wall, cut the drywall. But we try not to do that much. All right, we are going to run that on the table saw. Yeah, I'm just going to move this over here. This should be all cut up today. Yep. I already got a good side. I'll just put it on the bad side. Yep, that is it. Yeah, because that's all cracked. Is that cracked? Is that cracked?
Nope.
Just a vein? Just a vein. All right, we are going to go a little shorter than 48 3/4.
49.
Is it 49 3/4? You sure? Going once? Going twice? 49 3/4. So we are going to go 49 5/8. That sound good? Oh, we were a little shallow. And we got that cool vein. This is actually really cool. It's got really nice rippling.
I like this.
Yeah. That goes in the spare side of stuff wherever. No, just throw it anywhere. I don't have a location for it yet. Yeah, it doesn't. All right, so we're gonna go. We have a little bit of a transition lip, like an 1/8, 2 1/2. We're gonna do 1/2 sheet supply, and then a 1/4 sheet on the bottom. So we got. Making me do math so early in the morning. Gosh. Okay, so let's do 2 1/2. I like pictures too. Let's do an 1/8. Let's do 1/2 inch. And let's do another little 1/8. So that brings us up to 1/4. That's 3/4. And another 1/4 for the, if we just do that, it doesn't matter. Let's do 1/4 there. Grand total of 1 inch. So we're going to do 1.5 inch framing. Does that sound right?
Yep.
All right, that sounds right. I don't do computers. I use calculators sometimes. But other than that, calculator. We do not shame grammar in this shop, Heidi. If so, I'd have to leave. We do not grammar shame. All right, let's rip some wood. And that's face frame size and whatever. In case you don't use some, there's always extra. We don't usually build it out of plot or out of poplar. There's a little bit of D-lam right there, but that'll probably be left over. All right, let's. I'm just gonna rip this all the way down, and then we can chop it up however we see fit. Same thing with that one. Vacuum helps. Doesn't help a lot. Helps a little bit. People really like this, like the sanding, us running stuff through tools, the table saw. People like watching that. I got more views off of me just running stuff through the machines than almost anything. I flipped it over that way I can see the delamination to see if I can get that yield out or not. Crack, whatever, delam. I use the word delam a lot. I have no idea why. Maybe it's the knives. Who knows? I've developed this weird little creepy finger walk by running stuff. Yeah. Well, I can put tension on stuff. And then sometimes we'll use these as to make scribe, little filler pieces, stuff like that. All right. So we can move those over here. I'll grab these ones too. And we'll just put them over there. And then when you get to it, you can just cut. If you want to do this, I can start working on other stuff and cutting things down. And I'm not sanding anything. These aren't getting. These are covered. These are covered. We do not have to sand these. Aren't you happy? Do your little dance, Jake. Woohoo! Exactly. So we have a front and the back, front and the back, front and back. So this is all we have for this. So we have to rip more down. But so you can. There's only two here. So these two can be ripped down to sides. So all you have to do here. Let me move you around. Y'all are needy. I got to move you all the time. You don't move yourself. You need like one of those. Remember Big Bang, where Sheldon made a robot that followed him around because he got hurt or something. Yeah, that's what we need. All right. So all I do usually is I measure out. I know I'm going 20, and then there's going to be a face frame on it, so you can back it off a little bit to like 20 and 3 or 19 and 3/4, because there's going to be a face frame of probably oak or poplar. I don't remember which one we were doing. I'll have to check that. And then you just move the tape measure inside, and you go, okay, that is roughly. I mean, we can do. Let's see, that is 19 and 3/4. It's like 17, almost in 3/4. We can do 17 and 3/4. That way it keeps it all the same. Let's do 17 and 3/4 on these.
So we'll cut 17 and 3/4
off of these guys. Yep, off of these guys. So all you got to do is put that stop block back in. Yeah, slide it from that side in. Get it on the laser. 17. Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, jiggle it. It's where the track hits. So then you just kind of go right to your other line. See it? And tighten it down. It ain't gotta be super duper uber tight, but that should be. Remember, you are. This slows down. You can slow them down. Oh, you're there.
Short.
I'm short. Why am I so short? Don't matter. I could have went either way. It was actually 11/16, so that'll work. Let's run with that. Okay. Because I actually went plus instead of.
4 of those.
No, you need as many as you can get, because of you're doing 3, right? 3 sets. I'll walk back over here and put it on the camera. 3 sets. 3 sets. These are each one. So you're doing
6.
Yeah. And then what I'd like to do too, a lot of times, is when we put them together. I know I said use shims. I can use shims on the outer side, but I can also use shims on the inner side too. So I like to leave a little bit of almost like a H pattern there. I can put a shim back over here, but if I need to cut some of that off because of a wonky corner I didn't catch on template, I can shave that off. I can put something in there, and then when I run that lag bolt through, so I'll do 1 per stud or whatever. That you're never going to have an issue with that. Okay. I've never had an issue with that.
So offset them 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
Of an inch. Okay.
Eighth probably good.
And then glue a nail.
I would do. I mean, you can do a nail, but I would just put a clamp on it, and then so you can put it sideways like this. Put the scrap piece there until you get to it, and then work yourself from one side to the other, and then do 2 and 2.5 inch screws. Use the countersinks. Okay. I have boxes of them.
So no glue.
Nope. Yeah, you use glue. Just like I did here. You can see this one right here. I just countersunk those in, put a little bit of glue on the thing. Again, these are all going to be covered, so if you got a little bit of squeeze out, it's fine. Yeah, you can cut. Anyway, I was going to tell you is sometimes you have to be careful. Poplar's a little better. with it, and I didn't turn the camera, but oh well, they can just look at the empty space. When you're coming down on these, sometimes you have to watch, like especially hardwoods, because of the poplar gives a little bit, but this stuff doesn't. And remember, you are pinched. So whenever you're using a stop block, you are pinched. So sometimes if you pull up or something like that, this is an auto stop. It doesn't. So it literally breaks pretty easy when you pull up. It's a good. I don't always do it, but I try to do it when I'm pinched because it can kick it back at you. So just thought. All right, I'm gonna move y'all again. Ivy's over there cutting lumber. Move y'all kind of over here that way you get an overall shot of us working. Kind of like there. Move this miter saw out of the way, out of the walk pathway. Yeah, I need more space. A lot more space. Space. So if I haven't said hello to you. Got a couple people in here. That's great. We're just kind of working on some projects. I'm going to cut you more. Yep. Yeah, so if you use those 2 blocks, start working, get yourself set up. I'll get you some stuff going. Don't you though? What I use them for too is I have 1/4 inch. There's a video of that. I had to shift a piece of hardware over, so I drilled it. So I just carry like oak because it's harder. Dowel. Yep, and then you just sharpen it. It's like a little vampire stake. You cut a little piece of it, tap it in with super glue, let it dry. You can then re-drill if you're a half moon or a 1/4 moon in your other drill hole. It's stable enough. So super cool little trick. There's a video on that. I kind of explain a little bit more on. Yeah, but and we have one in the truck, so they just work. It's really kind of nice. I gotta find you a square head. Here's a square head. So you got the big countersink. You got a square head on the impact. Got a drill on that. I need some 2.5 inch screws. Go behind the curtain here. Yeah. Storage curtain. And then 2.5 inch screws. You got a glue bear? Got one? All right. All right, now I got to cut down some more material for those 30-something inchers. We'll run that later. Nah, it's too much of an angle. Too much of an angle. I had some poplar sheets somewhere. little bit more poplar somewhere. Move these whiteboards out of the way. They're just kind of sticking. Just put them down here for now. In the way. It's always fun. I think 1, 2, 3. And we'll just do the rest. All right, let me shave these down. Everybody wants some. I want some too. Everybody needs some. Baby, how about you? All right. wonder if I should, to give it more stability, especially in the corners. Once you get those done, get those in and screwed together. Let's double them up. That way it'll give me a lot more strength on the sides and support. And then screw them. I have 2-inch screws too. Yeah. And really, if you just glue them and nail them this way, they should be fine. Won't just pin nail them in with the 1-inch this way. The glue bond and then screwing them down that way should be plenty. See, like, remember when we were saying definitely if I know people that hobbyists that want my wood, I will leave things like this in bins. I will just throw them in boxes, and these scraps you can glue together. I mean, I've taken just my wood scraps from things of like walnut jobs of doors and things, glued them all together and made big sheets of whatever. Instead of using plywood, I would use real wood just glued together and make my own kind of 1/2-inch, 3/4 butcher block to use on backing or something for the project, or if you're making jewelry boxes or something. But yeah, I mean, local woodworkers don't want to throw it away, but they have no outlet to put it. Even if somebody would say, "Hey, I'll leave you this trash can with my name on it. Put whatever scrap you want to it, and once a week I'll come by and pick it up." It's just it becomes a lot of stuff for us to kind of manage. Now, if I was smart, I would have cut this down to that size, because I don't know if you're going to need. How many do you think we're going to need per that? Let's count these out real quick. Make sure you got enough. We know that you're going to need 2. Yep. And then probably, let me get a drill in there. So probably 3 in the middle, you think? I think that'll work. Yeah, I think that'll work fine. Make sure you're flush and straight the whole way. Do you need an extension of any kind? Okay. Yeah, and you don't have to go all the way in. I wouldn't bore them so deep in countersink, because of we're trying to get retention, not concealment. The boards and stuff like that, all of it will conceal it up anyway. It doesn't really matter. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. I'm just laying you out, make sure that we have enough. The other thing you could do, this trick?
Turn it around and bend it out.
Yeah, turn it around and bend it out. That way, because everything's cut the same size on the straight.
Yeah,
See,
that's
what I would just bend them out. Leave one of these, get one of these set up for bending out. I think you can. That's the only problem. I wish these actually had a way to pull off the head, because the head doesn't come off in reverse.
Right.
So that's the only thing that sucks about them. You can't push 100% because you're almost just like pushing against the body, or have this to where it would swivel around.
Does that pin come out?
The pin comes. You gotta hammer the pin out, yeah. But then it creates a couple other little issues. Super weird. I don't know why they do that. Again, because people make stuff that don't use stuff. Sounds good all in a CEO's eyes. All in the CEO's eyes, but not in normal working. Look at that. Got an extra one, maybe 2 extra ones. Not bad. And if you want to, we don't need to center up I'll say these don't really matter as much. If you want to do, I just need enough room to get the drill sides in. If you wanted to even double up these like this, you could. It's working. They're in there. Something like that, maybe. That would probably be pretty good, because that would give you Yeah, I need 8. So I need to cut you a little bit more. 2 more. 1 more. Need 1 more. Is that right? 1 more? 2 more.
Really totally.
8. Yep. But you can glue all these down. I'll glue them down before you put them in. Because they are not going to be easy. You can use the not broken hickory mallet. I know. So you need 2 more, correct? 3, 4. No.
I got 6 here.
3 more. Hey, we have some help on the chat. Woohoo! All right. And I haven't probably said enough. Like, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Make yourself public because we do giveaways. We're going to be giveaway all the time. We have our 500 giveaway hammer ready to go out. It's just we have the entry running this week. I think until the weekend. You just find the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, make your YouTube public. That's the only major thing. That way we can find you.
Pin nail and screw. Screw. Pin nail.
Glue, pin nail,
Yep.
yeah, pin nail into each other.
Yep.
Just a few places because the glue will, if you got enough glue in there, the glue will pull it in. You need little clamps. Little clamps are over here.
Yeah, I did not glue the face part of it, so the ends. You know, I've got some.
No big deal. Yeah, there's little clamps over here if you need them on this table all the way around. All right, now let's see if I can find some more, some oak ply. Any more poplar laying around? If not, I'll start cutting some new stuff. I had a stash of it over here. That is all maple. Yeah, that's all maple. That's poplar. That's a smaller piece of poplar. So let's go ahead and get that out. Let's go ahead and get that poplar out. No, that's walnut. Or that's maple. That's not poplar. Got some ash. But I don't have any other poplar cuts. Let me make sure. Gotta check on my stashes. Those are oak.
I need to cut some oak for the face. Yeah, that's all oak. This poplar out of the way. Put that poplar down. Get my scrap bin going over here. Move some stuff around real quick. Always got to move stuff around in a small shop. Always got to be having rearrangeritis just to get some stuff done. All right. So if this one was 35, I need what did we do? That's 30. That was right. I don't know why it measured. Maybe it just wasn't on the right. Is 19 and 3/8, 17. So we are doing 19. Be 19 and 3/8, 17 and 3/4. So then we have to do 34 and 3/8. So two of those together are what? Inch and 5/8. Math. Inch. 5/8 is 0. Minus 1/4. So it's going to be 3/4. So that's going to be 2 and 1/4. So we're going to do it at 2 or 32 and 1/4. That is our measurement. 32 and 1/4. We have that. And then just to double check your measurement,
Actually, it's 35 minus 3. Nope. Minus 1. Okay, that's why I messed up. I didn't think that sounded right. 32 and 3/4. Did I say 32 and 3/4? 32 and 1/4. That didn't sound right. 32 and 3/4. Yeah, take that off. No, that's not right either. That's not right either. Yes. What you got?
Trying to really pound this one in. See how much the gap we have now?
That's fine. It'll pull together. It's not. This is all underlayment. It's not a. You're not building fine furniture. Nobody's gonna see this stuff besides us. Yeah. Don't
So I
freak.
just pull it together.
Yeah. Don't freak out. Just make sure all of it aligned. Because again, once it's
right by you, man.
I know once it's in there, I have to tweak it anyway and push and level it up. So that's not a big deal. I level the back. So what I do on these is I level the back, throw the level back here, screw it in to my studs, and then I put the front level that, screw them in, make sure that they're level between each other and everything's kind of cohesive. So not a big deal. I'm working on your other pieces for the longer ones. Let's see if I can get it this way. All right. 20. No. Should be 32 and 3/4. 32 and 3/4. All right. A little too much. Tweak this one in. I'm not done too much fun stuff. I'm just cutting these off on the miter saw, y'all. This isn't super fun, but I'll take them back over there and I'll cut them on the table saw for y'all. Make sure my cut is right. It is good. Biggest thing is making sure all your cuts are right. That way you're not fighting it, putting them all together. Got something in my shoe. Probably sawdust. Knock out my shoe real quick. Hang on. Probably some kind of wood stuff or mulch. Well, not mulch, but wood shop mulch. Not a big deal. All right, let me get my shoes back on. Okay, that's better.
don't think this third one's long enough. Nope, it is not long enough. Fun. All right, let's cut down this and see how much this yields out, and then we can see if I need to cut more off of a bigger piece or not. I need 8. I probably need 10. Maybe even more. Maybe 12. Ah, dang it. That's why you always stand to the side of the table saw. That way nothing kicks back into you. I mean, you could use that for something, but we're not. Well, we might have enough. Nope. All right, these are for the big ones. So we're gonna do the same thing, but we're probably gonna use, how many we used in per? 8. So we should probably use 10 for the other. So that's 6. That's 10 right there. Probably 10. 2. I mean, this is only 20 inches, not even 20 inches longer. So I figure 2 more per. Okay. So I owe you 8. Drinks are outside. That's why I thought I heard something other than you banging on stuff. I heard something open and close or do something. Yeah, they put them there all the time. Ugh. That's weird. Drinks. I had to stop and grab the drinks that were outside, so I've just been either talking to myself and moving around or going in and out. Fun stuff. All right. Huh? Yeah, they just drive by and drop it off. They drive me crazy when I do that because normally I'm a big common sense person, right? So normally when you would drop off drinks or groceries or whatever at somebody's house, you would put it to where all they had to do is open up the door. So if the door's here and it opens up, I would expect my drinks and my delivery to be right there. That way I can open the door, reach out the door, and grab them. No, they put them behind the door. So you have to go around the door to pick up your groceries or your drinks that get delivered. So yeah, they don't, it's not, keep it simple, stupid. It's literally when you open the door, they should be right there, right where you can see them, not behind. So if you left and if you walked out of the door, had the door blocking it, shut the door, didn't turn the right way, you could get in your car, leave for the day, and leave your stuff outside. Oh, some people, man, I swear. But I guess that's why they're not in shops helping woodworkers and tradespeople. They're out delivering stuff like DoorDash and things. And I wish more people didn't do that. I wish more people actually got into the trades, learned how to do stuff, and helped out some of the other people because it's hard to find full-time young help. And if they only knew better, that they'd probably make more money, have a better life if they did trade work instead of just the, let's call them high school jobs. But there I am ranting and raving again. Bad me. Let me see if I can see anybody in chat. There's 5 or 6 of you in here. That's cool. We only got 3 likes, so if you're in here and you haven't double tapped the screen or hit like please. It helps. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. That helps the channel. We do woodworking, custom cabinets. You'll see dogs on our page. You'll see classic cars, knives, almost anything we see or think that's really fun and exciting. It's not all about woodworking. It's a life woodworking station. Yeah, we won't really do a whole lot of one specific thing here because it gets boring. It gets really boring. All right, so I'm going to cut this, but I'm going to have to make it a little bit different. Cut that off. So that here. That could be there. All right. So I got that. So what you have to do is you have to kind of move your stop block a little bit. All right, that's short enough now. I have to go back over and grab a ref. Hey, good thinking. instead of doing double the work, Heidi's doing one time the work and actually combining the outer two supports to each other. Yeah, sometimes it's just easier to use your noggin. But if you don't, you can do the work twice. It doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a deal. Maybe it is. Yeah, I agree. You just got to put glue on two that way. That way that one locks in real nice. I keep moving back and forth and forwards and backwards. And again, man, you walk a lot of steps. In the shop all day, every day. All day, every day. Because all the equipment, everything needs its own space. Everything needs its own room. Yes, squirrels are getting in the way. If you haven't learned already, I am very particular. I like my stuff a certain way. Especially when I work or do anything. All right, let's see if I can get 10 boards. I don't know. It might happen. Gonna be close. Gonna be close, y'all. I mean, it's gonna be super close. This cut right here will tell me I might be able to get two out of each board. And if I can get two out of each board, which it looks like I'm going to be able to, I'll get my 10. So that'll be good. And the biggest thing about push sticks and all of that, use whatever is the most comfortable for you. Do your research. If you're just starting out, you can go what the box stores, not the box stores, don't buy anything from a box store. Woodcrafts or Amazon or some of the other influencer woodworkers. You can buy them. I like the Bora makes a good one, but it's kind of spongy, and it's good for stuff like this that you're going to have a thick rip on. I'll grab it. I'll use it for a second. I quit my day job of juggling, y'all, to do woodworking. These are not bad. These bow ones. When you're doing wider stuff. But you don't have a whole lot of down pressure, so I like actually having a stick or a piece of scrap. That way I can put force down past it and two-hand it. You can even use a piece of cut off. But it is, you got to use what's comfortable for you. Like I can use this one instead of using two, and I have enough down pressure. If I hit the blade, it's still plywood. It's not going to hurt anything. And you'll find an angle, a pattern that you like better. There's a lot of them. There's ones that have down pressure. I like those too sometimes, but I don't like the angle. It puts my hand in by the blade. So I don't usually use that one. And again, it's like a safety feature. It's like anything that you use. If it's not comfortable to you, 90% of the time, I don't like that one that much. You're not going to use it. If it's comfortable to you, you'll wear it, you'll use it, it'll be fine. But if you don't like it and it doesn't feel good to you, you're not going to use it anymore. So find you a pattern. The super gripper, I'm down here. There's those yellow ones, the super, I think they're super grippers. Those really do work really well, especially for small stuff that you're getting close to or using it on the router table. It works great. And you can keep these for trim. You can keep these for whatever. You can keep them for your fireplace. I just cut them up, throw them in the trash. They're not a big deal. Micro gripper. That's what it is. It's the micro gripper. They're over there under the table saw, if you can see them. Can you? Yeah. They're right under there. I have those out specifically for that. All right, we'll put that over there. This is 9. So that'll get us there. We have I think 2 extra or something like that. There's some extra here, so that'll be good. It's like 1 or 2 extra, just in cases. Doing all right? Alrighty. Okay, so we'll put this under the saw. That way it's in reach if I need it. I have to think of what I'm doing next. Oh, I need to cut some of the splines down. I wrote it down somewhere on a piece of paper. Here, maybe? Yeah, here. Find some scrap pieces of maple, wherever those might be. Those are pretty damn door frames. I could mill them down with the planer, move the planer out, mill those down with the planer. Easier just cut them on the table saw though. I don't want to use poplar. I'm trying to see if I have any. I have trim pieces, but I don't really want to use those either. Use whatever that is. Oh, it's unfinished. I don't really want to use that either. Just kind of looking to see what I got laying around first before I start cutting in a new piece. Oh, that's walnut. I don't want to use that. There's maple there. There's maple here. I'll just have to cut a piece of maple, it looks like. Oh my gosh. I won't do oak because oak can split. I want to do maple. Maple's a little bit rigider. That's pretty straight. Straight enough for what we're doing. I'm going to leave a little tiny bit of wiggle room These are going to be my locks for my flooring bases for the stairs, the landings. So I'm going to cut these in. This is just soft maple. Like, it's basically paint grade. It's the so that way y'all know when you're dealing with a cabinet shop or a furniture shop or something like that. Soft maple is usually what we build most of the door frames out of, the box frames out of, things like that. When we're using, basically, you see Poplar Rand, like she's right now doing the frames for the floating shelves. Pretty much what those are is our 2x4 in the shop. You know, they're better quality, they're stronger. You don't have to have such strong stuff. We are making them strong and making a super strong subframe for them to hold down the shelves or hold up the shelves. But that's pretty much what we use standardly. It's kind of like our box store go-to stuff. Let me go measure the stairs. I know both landings are about 42, so I'm going to make them at 40 because I don't need them to go all the way to the absolute end. And if I have to, I can always double them up and cut me a small piece. But I don't want to go too long. I'm having to walk out and shave them all down all the time. So we're going to do 2 cuts on the table saw. We'll actually use the micro jig. I'll pull you over. And we'll get that done. Maple will move a little bit, just like anything will. The good thing is you don't have the whole splittage into the grain thing if you're using it for a dowel or something like that. Smoky, smoky, burny, burny. All right. Let me get my blocks out. Get my blocks out. Get my micro jig out. Small one. Got the small one. All right. Yeah, I don't know if these are. Yeah, these are micro jigs. I use these a lot. These are really good for push sticks. Like I said, you can manipulate them. However, look them up. But you can adjust the height on them. You can adjust what width goes in the saw itself. I'll kind of pull you over that way you can see what I'm doing. I was over here at this station, and there I am on the feedback. Yeah, they're super good. But I'll be watch me for a little bit in what I'm doing. Doing a little bit of blade setup, do a little bit of this and that and the other. Right, width wise, we're gonna do 7/8. I think these are close to being 7/8. So if you put the block on there, you can kind of walk it in. This is a quarter, so this would literally be 1 inch. So it's gonna be super close.
What's that, an eighth? Yeah, here's an eighth right here. So it's just shy, I mean super shy of 1/8. That's 1/16. That's 3/32. I think it's 3/32. That's roughly what it is. So you can actually spline down. I would probably do that. It might be better. Give us a little bit of give room on those instead of doing 7/8. Why don't we cut one and we'll see. So that is what it is. And then we'll do 1.5 inch. So we'll run a 1/2 inch cutter. We're just kind of playing. That's my spline material. I can actually come over here, leave that alone, take my scrap piece, cut off the end that's bad. The reason it was the miter saw was pinching up, y'all, is because I had it pushed into a block setting, so it didn't have any give room. And if it doesn't have any give room, you're kind of screwed when it binds. So you just put that against the table saw. Just want to make sure it's nice and flowing. I know a couple places have those micro adjustments. I just do it with a little static, maybe a little bit too much. Don't want it to where right there's perfect. Perfect. All right, I can use this to kind of go, but I'm not going to use this just yet because I don't have fine things. This is less than 1 inch, 1/2 inch, so I can utilize this. Not going to be in front of it. Again, if my push stick hits, not a big deal. Saw will easily go through it. So this should be almost splining. Be tight there. That'll give me a little bit of wiggle room to get in there and put those landings together. And that's my tongue and groove. Right there is what I want. So I don't have to, I just have to shave it down to 1/2 inch. I don't have to do the other shave down. I think that's good. It gives me a little bit of glue room if I want to glue some of it. But that's the spline material right there. And you just got to play with stuff. See where you kind of fall, see where you want it, see where things go. Yeah, that's, I'll take you over and show you the spline. Let me see if you can kind of see that. Can't really tell. I'm on the upside of the camera. I will hold it here. So yeah, that'll give it a little bit of expand contraction. You'll be able to move it around a little bit. That'll be nice and good quality. It won't split like maybe oak might, since it's maple. And who doesn't like mixing woods? So yeah, I mean, I can even rip a couple of these off of this. That way, I have them for adjustments. But I might have cut too much of that. So that is, I need probably about 6 per side, so 12 total. I'm going to use this crappier one first. Use that one. We're just going to rip them. 1 a maple. And a 2 of maple. All right, everybody, don't fall asleep. It's kind of like counting sheep. Stay awake at your desks. Uh, 3 of maple. Four maple. Five maple. All right, we're halfway there. We're 6. 6 maples. Halfway there. Seven. Eight maple. We got a little curlicue, little stringer. 9 maple. 10 maple. One more on this. 13. No, wait. 10, 11. I don't know. I lost count. See what I did? 1 of maple, 2 of maple, 3 of maple, 4 maple, 5 maple, 6 maple, 7 maple more, 8 maple, 9 maple, 10 maple. All right, so I'm going to skip on that one. Put 2 off of this. Should be. I'm going to keep that one. That one's more valuable to me. All right, that'll be 12.
And we'll hand sand these, just round off the sharp edges. Later on, I'm going to throw these on the stairs parts. Which leads me to my next thing I can do. Rip a few of these off, and then I'm going to rip the other one down and start making my face frames for another project. So I'm ripping these smaller pieces for, or in case I don't want to do a big spline and I just need to maybe put 2 of them in, or if I just need to put the whole piece in, I can cut these down. I cut those a little short. I think at 40 versus 42 or 46 or something like that. That way I don't have to go all the way to the end. These will have, and then if not, they'll be sanded down. They will just be paint sticks. I know, maple paint sticks. What do you do, right? All right, I think that's good. I don't need any more. Just be put on the pile of what do I do's or little scrap pieces or whatever or whatnot. Turn these 2 off. Are you making it? All right.
There's 3 of the small ones and 2 of them.
Yes. Yep. This goes above the washing machine, and then those are like a behind you. The dog kennel fits under there, and then they're going to put baskets and things like that up on these. Yeah. Stuff and things. They didn't want the ugly wire shelves. They wanted wood, so can't blame them for that, can you? Much better. All right, I'm going to rip these down. Since I have it out, I'm going to go 1/16 inch, make my face frame. I like doing that because I'm going to have a little bit of sanding anyway, especially if I got to take off any kind of saw mark or whatever. I just do a light 16th. This isn't going to be, but this is all split to hell anyway. That last one might have even been split. You can see it. Good vampire steaks. Coming up on Halloween, y'all. You need to get your vampire stuff done. Oh, oh. You wanted to jump. You get used to dealing with the jumps, dealing with the I want to kick back, I want to hurt you, I want to bite you, I want to get you. You'll figure out as you work with the machines more what it's trying to tell you, what it wants to do, and you'll be able to adjust. It's not a big deal. You just have to learn what it's trying to tell you. All right, this is that's the money shot right there. This is the money shot, but I'll tell you what, y'all, this is the dirtiest of shots because it just goes all over the backside of you. All right, which is good. That's some face frames I need to build anyway. I'll get those done. That's crap. integrity's crap on this. So put that in the pile. Oh, how many people's we got in here now? Oh, we got like four likes. That's not bad. 5, woohoo, 6 maybe. Off and on, we get off and on a bunch of people coming in and going out. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe they don't like watching woodworking. Maybe they're just popping in to scroll through and try to find the B-hole. Heidi, did you actually get time to watch that short I sent you or the live of the actual B-hole? Yeah, I guess some guy in like India or something like that. That's what he live streams, is just holes that bees come out of. Mind blowing, and people watch it. I'm not that. I've never been that bored. I've just passed it in scrolling. But if you're one of the B-hole watchers, more power to you. You got more patience than I do. If you think it's funny, leave a comment below, because it is. I don't know, man. I need a little bit more stimulation than that in my life. That's a little bit hard to take, the B-hole. All right, put my pieces back in here. Now I'm probably going to do real quick is look at what I need cut for that job, which is the other maple. And then I'm going to rip some of that other maple down for the face frames. Stuff I just got lying around. That looks like ply. There's maple over there. Make sure. Let me see what maple stack I want to pull off of real quick. That's not pretty maple. That's not pretty maple. We'll cut this stack up. Then I got to cut door. Ow, that hurt. Door panels off of this too, and that way it has time to acclimate, and we can run those through the machine, the shaper. The good thing about the shaper is, and I've tried to express this a little bit to people, is it takes bigger bits, it has a more powerful motor, it's more consistent. And one of the biggest things I found with the shapers are even the small little 1.5 horses. They don't sound as bad. They don't sound as violent and as noisy as the router tables do. But I can put a 1/4 inch machine, like a 1/4 inch bit, a 1/2 inch bit. I can put I think a 1/2 inch and then 3/4 spindle for the joiner in there, and I can hog off as much material as I want. I don't have to do it in stages because I'm not relying on a pony router to do it. I actually have a motor, like a big motor, to kind of cut my stuff up. So those are looking pretty good. This is what Heidi's putting together on the other side of the camera there. They're these are floating shelves that way I can screw in to the body if I got to cut this off for the, I don't know if you can see that. Let me back you up a little bit. Back you up. She's just right over there. Right over there doing this. But yeah, that way you can slide it in if you have to cut these little knobs off. Up, you went through.
Oh yeah, that I fixed it.
Fine. That's fine. That you won't see that. I just want to get the wood off. As long as the screw doesn't proceed past that point, don't care. Because again, it's going to be it's going to be on the 0. As long as it's under 0, I don't care. But if it's over, the wood was over the 0 because it pushed up, but the screw isn't. So yeah, we're just going to put these in. These are doubled and glued. That way I can screw through, more than 1 inch on the sides. Hit a stud, a hope stud. If not, we'll drill a bigger hole in here, and we'll put those zip tie T-bolts through, toggle bolt, whatever you want to call them. That's the worst case scenario, because those hold up to 100 pounds. So if you got 2 of them in the sides, you're fine. Usually we can find something, or I can go at an angle and hit a stud back here. We carry anything from 2-inch to 14-inch screws, lags on the truck. So that's always fun. But those are the inner linings for that piece. All right, so this is my doors, new doors. I don't know if I need all that. This is done. She's working on that completion now, so I can throw that away. Try to label some of the stuff, that way I know what measurements they are. But if you don't, you'll find it later and be like, oh, what was this for? So that's always fun and exciting. I didn't get a drink, y'all. I'm talking myself to death. Heidi's probably getting sick of hearing me. I didn't hear anything, so probably. All right. Got to find the file folder. Hang on, y'all. I got to check my stuff. That way I can start cutting my rough lumber up to do my... So roughly 35 and 55 are my rough measurements. 35 and 55. So let's cut those at... Let's see what those are real quick. I think those might work for the 35s. And that would be plenty for the 35s if these are at least 35. And then all I got to cut is a 55. Yep, these are 40. So I got 5, so count 5. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I got one extra just in case one has a really bad bow in it. These are at 40, but I need it at 35. And then the same thing goes for here. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 at take this over there to mark it all down, because I need cross sections too. Let's see, I'll come back over here. Come back over here, that way y'all can see me do my math. Watch my head burn. I gotta use the pencil sharpener real quick because my pencil's getting dull. Can I scoot in behind you? Go butt to butt. Sharpen my pencil. All right. Let's see. We need... That's kind of like what we're building. I don't know if y'all can see it, but just a pantry unit. So just have a large area, small area, crown. It'll be recessed in the wall. There we go. Okay. So those will work for the 35. I need probably, let's do 60. 4 at 60. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And those are going to be longer. And these are going to be... I'm going to do 5 on... I'm going to do 5 on these, because I can always cut that down. This is going to be 55-ish. I haven't done the whole math yet and making sure that I'm good within my range of these. And I think I did, but I'll have to double check just to make sure. All right, so 10 inches. So I'll just cut them.
5 and 5. So we do cut these to 10 inches, and we'll cut these to 36. All right, the actuals we probably need are 30-ish, and then 7-ish. So yeah, I'll get those marked out. I do field notes, and then we staple it all in the job folder of just stuff I've drawn up. The shot measurements I don't really do, but that way I just, as I know it as I cut, I just like to give myself an idea of what I'm cutting. That's all. And I go put this back in the job file. That way it doesn't get messed up. But I have something, a piece of paper, actually show me what I have to cut. And that's all we're doing. Not a big deal. All right, swizzle you around over here. You can kind of do two things. You can kind of watch me and watch me. So watch me twice. All right. And sometimes I can just like lean it up against my other crap. And then I have all my cutoffs and junk over there. This has a big old crack, expansion crack down it, so I'm gonna cut that out. Yeah, and then we can't use this, like this can go in the thing. But if somebody wanted to make a knife handle out of the maple, pen, a carving, anything like that, it's easy. But we usually just throw this stuff away. So again, contact your local guy, see if he cares, if he doesn't mind repurposing his stuff into that pile of stuff. But the splits are usually the checks, splits, whatever. We have to cut those away. That way they're not interfering. In a production shop like this, you're not really watching kind of all your calories. You're just doing what you can. Just going to move this back to that 36 mark because I got to cut 5 at 36. So I keep this one usually because it locks. They have a couple companies that make these things. They're okay. I think Stanley makes them too. You can find them at some places like Ace Hardware and things. I just have one of those, this is a Capex, a Festool Capex. I just have one of those Amazon switches that you can get for like $15. And then, I don't know if you can see it, it's just a DeWalt shop vac hooked up to it. That should get me 5 yield out of that. And I still got to make the door. One thing I do, I don't know if other people do it, I keep something like this. This is just an L block by my saw, and I keep a spring. So say if I got to cut those a couple 10s and my miter slide doesn't fit it, I'll just move this over to my 10 mark. Oh, graceful I am not. Clamp it down. That way, when I look at it, it's at that 10 mark. I'm not having to adjust this one out here if I'm not done with it. And then my scrap piece can be cut to 10. It's just a block. It's just a stair tread nailed and glued to another piece, and that's all it is. It's nothing major. It's nothing exciting. Yeah, I mean, look at some of the figuring, and that's just regular maple. That's just regular soft maple. But if somebody wanted to do something with that, it'd be pretty cool. Glue it together, make a nice little cup or a little something out of it. You could. All right, that's part of my 10. Oh. Good thing about the shop is I can walk around with big boards sticking up in the air, and it doesn't affect me at all. So if I did the 360s, I kind of go back and I'll exit off. This one's been X'd out. Cut that one already. That are over there for the face frames. I'm going to move that out to 60, and we'll cut the 5. We'll double cut for 60, and then we'll see if we have any left over to do the last 10. I still got to rough cut all of my doors, sides, rails and stiles, basically, which we'll do that probably today too. That way I'll use up all the maple I have in the shop right now, and then the stuff coming in is for the next job. But that'll give this time to acclimate after I cut it, which will be good for it. I used to keep all this stuff in a bucket, and I used to burn it a lot more. And towards the holidays, I'll do that anyway. I'll keep it and burn it because it's just nice doing that. All right, this is 60. I should get 3 out of that one and maybe 2 out of this one. And then we'll go back and we'll cut our 10 off of something like this. I'll need 2 more of those, or maybe 1 more of these. Actually, 1 more of these, probably a 10. And the other ones can be for my doors. Before we get done, we'll go ahead and rip these all down. That way we see what we're dealing with. What? Lunchtime? Holy mackerel. We're moving. I got some snacks I'm going to pull out. Might think about maybe stopping live and going grabbing lunch. Wow, there's 2 of me. There's 2 of me on film, Heidi. Run! Yeah, you got just pull them out and throw them. Aha! Throw them on the bench, and I might pick through them a little bit. That way, yeah, I put my snacks in the microwave to hide them all. And I broke mine. There we go. All right, I got 2 more. I don't want to keep that one in my pocket. That one's for the miter saw. give you a different perspective. How about that? How about a different perspective? There you go. Anyway, we'll cut all this stuff up real quick. See if I got 5 of everything. I can stack over there. I'm gonna cut this up real quick, and then I'll take a break too. You want a chair? You want that chair or this chair? Yeah, you know. All right. Turn the back on. This will be used for the rails or styles of the doors. I'll keep that over here in a stack. Actually, I can probably get one rail out of this piece here. Let me put that back in the pile. Woohoo! Alright. Move all that over. Unfortunately, it's going to go over. There's a split right here, so that's why I do the extras just in case. But these are cut long anyway. Alright, see if that helps. That's a lot better. That stuff really helps the flow of bits and tooling and cutting. That's a Bob trick, y'all. Alright, there's my 5. I can keep this for door frame or door styles and rails. And there's no real burnage. The stronger the saw, the less burning you have. I wish they would make a stronger miter saw. Stop making these wussy little things. Give us a really good, like even a 14-inch, 5, almost like if you use the Festool Capex design, and then you gave us something actually that was stout enough to actually use. That'd be great.
Now, what some companies do is they'll take all these offcuts, then they'll shave off the ugly, and then combine them all together and make just more wood for themselves. That way their yield's higher, um, and they'll glue it all down, run it through the planer or joiner. That's why in larger company cabinets, you have, like, even on the spacers or the fillers and the doors, they're just basically butcher block. That'd be a door rail. All right, so we got 5, 5, 5, and 5. So that'd be good. That'll be all of my, basically the rails and stiles of the actual piece. Yeah, the other one fell on the mat, so shouldn't have any damage to it. I'll check it real quick. Nope, it's fine. All right. So those are all my face frames for the job. I am going to grab some lunch real quick and everything. If you're in here, fantastic. We'll probably be back in about 30 minutes to an hour tops. But thank you for coming in. Hopefully, like, subscribe. Hopefully, you're leaving comments. And we will see you soon. I'm going to let the batteries charge up on everything. That way we can go probably into the late afternoon and keep working on stuff, okay? Again, thanks for coming in. We'll see you next time. Well, in about an hour or less.